Get my nephew. Fuck me. Real life. I'm talking about in real time. Rest in peace, pimps. You in the trenches on O Block. Rest in peace, Buddy out here. I couldn't be in Chicago and I tapped in with the real. Fuck you, man.
Oh, Brody, gang.
That's why I'm the real nigga. I'm out here on the block. With my jewelry ain't blowing nothing. Fuck you, man. Oh, with the really out here. You can't come out here if you don't check in with the locals. I don't give a fuck what block you go to. If from there ain't on the block, you not welcome. Fuck you, man. We do this shit the G way. We under the old law, not the new law. We under the old law. Yeah, I'm in the old block, pulling up, taking pictures. Where we at? We're in the middle of it. Man. Y'all pull up and take pictures and y'all not allowed to. And one thing about it, if you're a real one, you don't mind checking in.
Checking in, what you say?
I check in with the real one. That's why I'm in the middle of old block. You see the hoop?
Where you at?
I'm in the middle of old block. Fuck you mean? Listen, man. Shit you can't pay for. No rap cap. Shit you can't pay for. Fuck you mean? We really out here. Old block. Shot town. Rest in peace, King Bump. We in the middle of old block, ain't we? Quit playing, man. I'm everywhere, you never there.
Captain Jack, baby. Captain Jack. Now, a lot of people were saying Captain Jack was dissing you. Isn't he a Muslim? I see he didn't gave up on the Muslim thing. So you hanging out on O Block, doing what? Did you know King Von? Did you ever talk to Von? What you doing on O Block? What's your point? Wearing jewelry, flicking on O Block. What's the point? You see, I don't know who he was talking to, but if he was speaking to me, because somebody was like, yeah, he talking to you. He ain't talking to me. I mean, well, what point is he trying to make talking to me? I'm from here. I didn't bar him from the city. I don't think I've ever heard myself ever tell somebody they barred from coming to O Block. Now, my thing is this, Captain Jack, and this has been the problem with Captain Jack. This is always the man talking about the betterment of people and we got to do better. And he wants to be that inspirational guy. But then he's all about nonsense too. This is what he can't let go of his gang days. He can't let go of none of the nonsense that he does and don't see the fault in it. My thing is, what are you in O Block for? Are you starting the Steven Jackson STEM program? Are you doing some trading and coding? Are you helping O Block? Are you helping those kids on O Block get better chances in life of survival? Because statistically speaking, 4 to 5 people that's in that photo might be dead next year. Does that even bother you? But my thing is, I don't know who he was directing this towards or who he's trying to show off to. Because if it was for me, you just made yourself look stupid. I got cousins that live over there. So I can go over there anytime I want. But that doesn't mean anything. If I go over there, it's to visit my cousins. But for somebody who's out of town, they look at it as, oh, this is old block. I'm over here and I'm alive. Like you just act like people just kill everybody every day. And every area is bad. Do you realize that there's other blocks in the city of Chicago that are just as bad, if not bad? And some are not violent at all. There's some blocks over there in what you call old block where there's been no violence. I'm from the South Side, so it don't even make sense if you're talking to me. I never said Steven Jackson and nobody couldn't come to the city if they wanted to. Why would I say that? It's stupid. But he's highlighting nonsense. What are you doing? I'm out here with my jewelry on. I could wear my jewelry out here. Huh? So what? You want a former national basketball player to go to the hood with his jewelry on to prove a point? I can't make this up, y'all, of how moronic that was that you just saw. But that's Steven Jackson. That's Captain Jack. That's the guy that was in the strip club. That's the guy who got knocked out by fingers. The little guy fingers in the club. You $500 NBA player? I'm a pimp. You got knocked out by him, knocking all your teeth out your mouth. This is why. This is why teeth get knocked out of mouth. There it is. That's why. Right there. This is why people's teeth get knocked out their mouth. For doing stuff like this. Definitely rest in peace, Devon. But I'd rather you be putting a program together for these kids and doing something positive. Show that. Show you doing something positive instead of exploiting them for your making it look like you tough because you went to old block with jewelry on. That makes you look more of a clown. Do you think Matt Barnes gonna come out there and go to old block? Do you think Matt Barnes thinks that's a good idea and a good look for you? To go to old block? Go there with a plan. Go there to help those kids. Saying, look, I'm going to help y'all get out this situation. For Vaughn. I'm going to help y'all like he tried to help y'all. I'm going to help y'all get educational programs for these kids. I'm going to help y'all get opportunities and jobs. We're going to help teach y'all kids trades so y'all can know how to do something to teach to your children and pass it down. We're going to teach y'all that. No, we don't get that. What we get? Flossing of the diamonds. I'm out here. That's what we get. That's what you get from Steven Jackson. Let me use these black kids that's out here living in this war zone. Let me use them to try to show how tough I am and build myself up on some nonsense. That's what Steven Jackson's about. All that charity stuff he was doing, he was trying to flex for Kwame.
Fucking me. Real life. I'm talking about in real time. Rest in peace, pimps.
You in the trenches.
On O Block. Rest in peace, buddy out here. I couldn't be in Chicago and I tap in with the real. Fuck you, Nick.
Oh, Brody gang.
That's why I'm the real nigga. I'm out here on the block. With my jewelry, ain't born nothing. Fuck you, Nick. Oh, with the real, you out here. You can't come out here if you don't check in with the locals. I don't give a fuck what block you go to. If from there ain't on the block, you not welcome. Fuck you, man. We do this shit the G way. We under the old law, not the new law. We under the old law. Yeah, I'm in the whole block pulling up, taking pictures. Where we at? We're in the middle of it. Middle, man. Y'all pull up and take pictures and y'all not allowed to. And one thing about it, if you're a real one, you don't mind checking in.
Checking in. What you say?
I check in with the real one. That's why I'm in the middle of old block. You see the who?
Where you at?
I'm in the middle of old block. Fuck you mean?
See? Steven Jackson. Captain Jack. Steven Jackson's out there, boy. Captain Jack. Steven Jackson's out there. Steven Jackson's out there, boy. Captain Jack. Damn shame, ain't it? That's where we at, man. That's why when you got successful programs that's out here actually educating the kids, actually putting in work, it takes less than a year. Now, Steven Jackson, Matt Barnes, they got more money than my cousin combined. And they have put nothing together, no programs together to educate these kids, teaching them trades so they can learn something. Nothing. Let that sink in. Let that sink in and resonate. Now, he would come there and exploit these kids. For what? I'm coming in to check in. Check in for what? Who said you couldn't come to Chicago? That's what I said. I don't know who this was for, but the person that said that he was talking to me, if he was talking to me, that made this even more dumber than anything in the world. Because one, I don't live over there. I'm from the South Side, but I don't live over there. I got a cousin that live in the area, but not on 65th, where he's at, because he's definitely on 65th. But even though you're not doing anything for them, all they can say is, hey, Steven Jackson came in the hood. What did he do? Did you give them free t-shirts? Did you give them tickets to a ball game? What did you do? Besides pull up, smoke a blunt on TV. That's what you want to do? Ain't that what happened to your haram? Where's your thobe? What is happening here? He was a Muslim for about 25 minutes. You was in the 30-day Muslim program and realized that wasn't for you. You got to go back to smoking. Because you was making the Muslims who was standing behind you look bad. I'm like, dog, you running around here putting Gucci logos on throws. I'm like, what the heck is he doing? He violating what he's supposed to be praising. But it was all what I told you, a show. It's all an act. He's trying to show the investors, you can invest in me. I'm not the same crazy guy that runs into the stands. I'm the new guy. I'm a peaceful Steven Jackson now. Why do you think Matt Barnes separates himself from Jack? You don't see them two out doing business together? They'll go out to dinner with their wives or something like that. But they take wives and girlfriends out and they'll do that and they'll talk about the show. But Matt ain't stupid. Matt's like, I ain't finna get involved in what Jack got going on. Because Jack still want to prove he's street. You see, Matt ain't the dummy. Matt know when to shut up. Matt know when to play his position. Jack still ain't figured that out. Jack gonna continue to be Jack. He don't want to do nothing else but be Jack. And that is the same problem he's always had his entire life. He always wants to put on a front. He wants to put on a show. And it's unfortunate because he's had so many opportunities to prove that he's more than. But he continuously goes down the road of, I'm trying to prove I'm the toughest gangster there is. This is why him, Gilbert Arenas, all these guys are friends because they like to flash. These are the type of people that gets into it in strip clubs and go to nightclubs and there's fights breaking out because they go there with people who are poor. You flicking in front of them. They don't do this with rich folks. Get dripped out in front of them because they only gonna look at you as a fool. You know, I used to wear jewelry. I don't wear that no more. I don't need to. But when you in the hood, it's like, this is all I'm going to get. This is the best I'm going to have it. So I might as well ball out. Because you come from basically nothing and you're taught that. You was like, man, I'm going to get that chain. I'm going to get this. But when you become a man and you get older, you realize the nonsense of it. Like you really don't need it. Right. We left Jack alone. Jack stopped talking. We stopped talking. Period. We didn't say nothing about Jack for months. We left Jack alone completely because he didn't realize that the more he kept talking, the more he kept stepping in it. Matt Barnes, he did the same thing. Matt kept talking. I kept hitting Matt right back in the mouth. Matt had his little brother try to send a shot, and we got him again. We exposed them with their own life. We didn't have to make nothing up. We didn't have to really joke. Nothing. We played their videos they put out themselves. Matt Barnes threatening beauticians, domestic disputes. Matt Barnes arrested. Matt Barnes. You know, we didn't do that. They did that. We just told the people what happened. Now, Jack, he's stuck in a time loop. No, why he didn't help those boys, those young black men that's over there. Why he didn't help them? What are you doing for them? You want to show me something? You want to prove something to me? Do that. Put something together and help those brothers. Show me. Say, look what I did for them. Hey, I ain't got nothing to say but that, but way to go. If you doing something to help these brothers get out their predicament, what you gonna do? Buy them a brick? Bought them a couple bricks, you know. We're gonna get them on. Yeah. You flip these bricks, it's gonna get you on. It's like silliness. It's silly. That was, if I'm Matt Barnes and I see this, what do you think the Showtime execs are gonna say when they see stuff like that? And you wonder why y'all not Deezus and Mero. You wonder why Barack Obama won't sit next to you and Matt Barnes. You wonder why Deezus and Mero gets millions. And they are shown and showcased on Showtime. And they can only do the best of your show. They'll show on Showtime. But none of y'all just get the internet. Y'all don't have dates on Showtime. You know I know. You know I know your deals. So, and you know I know what they've been promising y'all, y'all been fighting for. Y'all want that Deezus and Mero attention. Yeah, Deezus and Mero's show has fallen off completely. It's definitely not the same show. Deezus and Mero's show has fallen completely off now that they've gone basically Hollywood. Oh my God, hit the like button. What's going on, people? Are y'all fell asleep on the like button? I'm looking at how many people in here and I'm looking at the like button like, what the hell is happening? Now, the like button ain't there. Maybe you should refresh your phone. Because the like button is there, bro. Oh, it's there. Now, Captain Jack, throughout his years, have been this same individual you seeing on this screen. Because he thinks it's cool. It makes him look good. To be outside smoking weed in the hood. Talking nonsense. I live here and wouldn't go into the hood and do what you just did. I'm from the hood. I can go to the hood right now and do this nonsense that you just did. But for what? I go to the hood for a purpose. I'm either going to visit somebody or we doing a charity giveaway, a benefit or whatever down in Seward Park. We did it all right outside the Cabrini Green buildings, right down the street from where the buildings used to be. We're in the park, giving free food to all the people there. All the kids get school supplies, all the stuff they couldn't afford, clothes, coats, cash giveaways. We did it all. We were supporting all of it. Craig Hodges, Layman Brewster, Kendall Gill. Man, there's countless others. Nate Jones, Floyd is. I don't know if Floyd put some money in. He came there, so Floyd supported it. He came there one year, so right there in the hood. So while we were doing the work and giving back to the people for years, we ain't see Captain Jack. So when you check in with a check that says this check gonna go to putting y'all through an educational program for this trade school. This check is to make sure at least 5 of y'all kids get to go and trade. So pass that on. You know, if I teach 5 of y'all, y'all should come back and be able to each one of y'all teach 10. Pass on what you learn, and then y'all could do the whole neighborhood. We gonna pay it forward. But unfortunately, this is what Steven Jackson likes to do. Boast, braggadocious, bragging on nonsense. Now all he doing is showing and trying to flick like I'm tough. I can go to any hood in the world and wear jewelry. Is that what life's about? So all the stuff you've been talking about last year, all that stuff you was talking about last year and all the charity work and we gonna feed the people 30 cities, 30 days and all that, all of it was bull. Because this is who you are. You always come back to the narrative of who you are, Jack. No matter how much you was capping, and this is why you capping Jack. We knew you was capping as a Muslim, capping as everything. Now you back full circle. Back to being Steven Jackson, the gangbanger. Congratulations. You played yourself. Steven Jackson's out there, boy. Captain Jack. It baffles me. It baffles me that he's not able to grow. Matt Barnes knows Steven Jackson is gonna be Steven Jackson. But he gonna stay distance from him. He gonna keep arm's distance away from Jack. he gonna say that's what you do on your time. I ain't finna be associated with them gangbangers like that on no film. He too smart for that. But Jack, he's the type that gets sent off. That's his job. He the sent off man. You send him off to go do some of anything in the world. He always get in trouble for somebody else. He's sticking up for somebody. Meanwhile, we was doing what we was supposed to be doing. Right? In the hood. Greg Hodges. Right? Right in the heart of the city of Chicago. In the hood. We're getting ready to take a very big, iconic picture. Former heavyweight champion, Layman Brewster. Nate Jones, Nate the Snake. The greatest trainer in boxing. Nate always put together the foundation to go out and all the food is free. Feeding the entire neighborhood. See, we out here with a purpose. We come into the hood with a purpose. We came to the hood with a purpose. The purpose was, let's do this for the community. Let's do this for the people. Let's give them a chance. All the little kids going to school, all their supplies is paid for. All those calculators, the $200 calculators, we had thousands of them. Thousands. All the book bags, all the papers and pens, everything they needed. They had them TI-82s. They had it all. And we were right there in the hood. So while they was talking it, we were actually there doing something for the community. They were appreciative that we came there and they brought their children and everybody there. We did that. So when we go to the hood, it's for a purpose. It was for a purpose. And my brother Layman Brewster, former heavyweight champion of the world, came down to help out as well. He's always educating brothers about what's going on too. So check out his page too on Facebook and everything else. This is why they don't include him in boxing too much no more, because he's too woke for a lot of these people out here, and they don't want to they don't want to admit it or say anything about it, but they know the brother is too deep. Well, that's what you do. Then the Jesse White tumblers came out. And we actually got the program ran by my man right over there to help ex-cons get out of jail and find jobs. ASAP. Why Steven Jackson ain't doing that? Why Steven Jackson not involved in these programs? Where was he at? Jesse White has been here he's been the Secretary of State. That's DJ Opio. He now DJs for Cat Williams. The whole neighborhood. We out here. He lived right across the street. Jesse White, the Secretary of State. And you seen his tumblers and everything. That man right there is former ex-con. Then helped about thousands of ex-cons find jobs. But yet, we got people like Steven Jackson who want to exploit the crime in the city. He want to exploit that. You want to go to O Block to make yourself look like, yeah, I went to the most dangerous area. You exploiting the crime over there. That's all you doing. You exploiting it for your own glorification. You're part of the problem. How you gonna preach to these kids? How you gonna preach to these kids that they should be doing this and doing all that, and you doing the same nonsense? You said it might be his way of support, you know. It's not support. It's not support if you If I go there and give somebody $200, I'm not supporting them. Anybody could go out there and just give somebody some money, that $200 is gonna be gone in probably a week. That's a good looking. And I can say, yeah, I gave him $200. I'd rather pay for you to go to a program to learn something with that $200, and you can come back and teach 10 other people what you didn't learn. So that they could go out and apply for jobs. Do you know people don't even know how to go out and apply for jobs? They don't know how to interview for a job. You know, Steven Jackson, I know he comes from the streets, but you grow from that. There's plenty of people that came from the streets and have made it out. You made it to you're part of the 1% that got to play in the NBA, that had to go from a junior college. See, I always was prepared. You see this? The 250 job interview questions. Always be prepared. I've had this book for many years when I had to go on jobs for interviews. You learn the questions that you're going to be asked so you know how to answer them. But this shows you what? No matter what your station in life is, good people, no matter what your station in life, it never changes who you are. Steven Jackson was this before he came in the NBA. Selling weed at junior college. To all these little white rave kids who used to party down at the cemetery. Banging them white chicks in the dorms, smoking them out, putting the towel by the door so the smoke don't get out in the hallway. It's Captain Jack. You probably want to know how I know all those details, Captain Jack. Because that white girl worked at Walmart around the corner from the university at the other junior college he went to. So that's how I know very much about it. Now, so when you was proud black brother, you was always putting cream in the coffee. You was drinking half and half, baby. You and another player that went to the NBA. I ain't gonna say his name. Because he ain't got nothing to do with this. Man, I got that book is about 10, 12 years old, man. So I couldn't tell you exactly where I got this book, but I'm quite sure you can find it. But it prepares you for an interview. Because not everybody interview the same. The process is different. Sometimes you go to, depending on the type of profession you're going for, you have a series of interviews. You interview with like the general management. Then if you pass that level, you go to level 2. Then you go to the final interview process. So it's depending on what kind of job you go to. But this is why we tell you guys, and we try to tell and preach to y'all over and over again, the importance of education. I'm not above anybody because I don't go out for job interviews anymore. There was a time I did have to go out for job interviews. I had about as low a job as you guys, probably had a little bit more money, but I was just like everybody else. I had 2, 3 jobs at one time. I remember in 2008 when the whole housing market crash happened and all the jobs was eliminated. I had to go work for a temp service and get paid damn near 50% less than what I was worth. That's hard. Did I sit back and cry and wait on the government to help me? No. I got on my grind. I said, all right, I got to get another job then. I don't have to work 2. I had to work 3, whatever they had to work. But one thing they knew when they got me is I was going to work and I was going to do the job. They didn't have to worry about me doing my job and doing it correctly. Some people didn't give a damn. They just showed up to work and they know they get off at 4. I was there to do the job that I was hired to do. That's why I kept getting called for any job they had. And these people keep wondering why they weren't calling them back like that. Like, man, why they keep calling you back? Because I do the work. I actually do the job. I do what they paid me to do, what you supposed to be doing that you agreed to do when you came in there. I'll do this when you did your interview. And they trusted in you and hired you. Never went to work drunk. Never did any drugs. So I never had those vices. Like, again, don't mean that I'm better than anybody because I don't do those. There's been plenty of people who be drunk and high and could still function going to work. To me, I just don't think that's functioning. I don't want to be a part of that at all. Now, let's get to the gist of all of it. Captain Jack, why do you think it's cool? Can you tell me that? Why do you think it's so cool for you to be in the hood and O Block in jewelry? Please tell me you got something for them kids. And those, just anybody over there, those young black men and women. Please tell me you have some type of educational program or some type of deed or job to help these people out of their predicament. Please tell me that. Because I don't see it. All I see is you more and more each day proving to me you're Captain Jack. That's all you're going to be, is a capper. Man, I didn't seen it all, bro. But when you start putting these things together and putting these putting these demonstrations together and all of these different things that people wanted to see. People forget I've been on YouTube since 2006, 2005, 2006, when it first got started, when you could only do 5-minute videos. Back when it was like 720p. Now we got 4K. Like, this is back then. Like, look at that, 720p. So people don't remember how far back this thing goes. Been doing this a long time. Mm-hmm. We haven't spoken about Steven Jackson and about, damn, it's been months. Oh, definitely hit the like button. Support the page. My Cash App is Karceno. Karceno. Yeah. I was the Black Darth Vader with a Wu-Tang hoodie on and a lightsaber. I'm the dark side of this. And I'm the dark side of the force. See? Zeno take you to the dark side of boxing. 11 years ago. Before I was this guy. Sitting in that chair over there. With a can of Raid. So, for me, it's different. I look at it as Steven Jackson just basically exposing exactly what he is. Oh, thank you, Linda Fields. I appreciate the love and support for the page. Yeah, I mean, it's his own ignorance that gets him in this jam every time. It's his own doing. Jack do that all the time. Gibbs is here, he saw Captain Jack going back to the hood. I mean, go back to the hood with something, some knowledge. Go back and help these young brothers get their lives together. Put them a program. Because the route they're going, that's why I said statistically, 4 of these people won't be living in a year. Does that make you not shake? That statistically speaking, 4 of these people are going to be dead within a year? Those numbers are staggering, bruh. And for you to go over there in that area, not like you trying to help stop the violence over there, you there to flash your jewelry just to say you went there. To make you look tough. To who? Who are you trying to impress? Dog, you are in your 40s. You about to be a grandpa if you ain't a grandpa already. You pawpaw now. You still are trying to be out here with the youngins like you 20. You on old block. He in his second childhood. I told y'all that. He can't help it. Yeah, I can go over there when I'm going to visit my cousin. I gotta have a purpose to go over there. See, we don't call it old block. People that live over there and that's in the gang land, they call it old block and all that stuff because they hooked up into that gang life. We don't call that. We call it 65th Street. I'm going on 65th and I'm going to see so-and-so. You're going to see who you going to see that live there. But I'm not going there and I don't have no purpose. It ain't like you going over there, they just going to start firing at you. You notice all the violence is normally 2 opposite rivals going back and forth with each other, and people get caught in the middle of it. That's the problem. Do you know this is not like one area that they call old block? So a lot of land and mass and a lot of blocks in between. But I don't go there unless I'm going to see people. I got cousins, I got family members that live over there. And like I told you, on a lot of those blocks, no crime is happening. None.
Get my nephew. What the fuck you mean? real life. I'm talking about in real time. Rest in peace, pimps.
You in the trenches.
On O Block. Rest in peace, Bobby out here. I couldn't be in Chicago and I tapped in with the real. Fuck you, man.
Oh, Brody, gang.
That's why I'm the real nigga. I'm out here on the block. With my jewelry ain't born, nigga. Fuck you, man.
Who is he talking to? Who is he talking to? Because he can't be talking to me. Because I never barred you from the city. I would never say something goofy like, you barred. You barred. You can't come back over here. Who is he trying to impress? CB4. MC Gusto for real. One year, you one face, then you jump to another face, then you jump to another face. 1 year you're blood, then you an NBA baller, then you machine gun preacher, machine gun Muslim, then you back smoking weed and breaking everything else. You the Muslim eating pork. You, like I told you, dog, you married, then you hiding your Mexican wife from the world. We brought her to the light. The Muslim guy who was dating a Mexicano, knowing damn well you eat nothing but pork, boy. Stop lying. You think that Mexican ain't cooking pork? You out your damn mind. Who you trying to fool? A Mexican that don't eat pork. Are you out your damn mind? Every meal got pork in it they cooking. Stop playing. And you trying to hide her because you was so pro-black. All you did was ride the death of your half brother. And you rode the wave and took all the money. When they was donating for George Floyd, you came out and became the spokesman. And that's how you got your money, off the death of your brother. Going on TV, holding his daughter up in the air and all that, trying to, and then you try to be activists. But you know that ain't who you are. But you tried to play the role. Captain Jack. But this is who you are. This is really you. Refusing to grow up. That's you. Why would he have to check? He ain't even from that world, so why would he even have to check in? Check in for where? What you doing in Chicago? You got a program in place where you finna help these people? No. So what you mean he got to check in? He want to go over there to try to prove a point. Jamil said, leave my boy Captain Jack alone. He can't help it. I'm out here with my jury on.
Oh, with the Ricky out here. You can't come out here if you don't check in with the locals. I don't give a fuck what block you go to. If from there ain't on the block, you're not welcome. Fuck you, man. We do this shit the G way. We under the old law, not the new law. We under the old law.
Oh, Matty Petty ain't stupid enough to go over there. See, Matt Barnes is like, look, I'm going someplace. Jack gonna be the one that take the grenade. See, that's Jack. Jack the kind of guy that jumps on the grenade for his homeboys and then wonder why everything go wrong for him. Because they ain't got the same love for him in return. He the sent-off man. Every time. All the trouble he got into, it was for somebody else. Jack has never gotten in trouble for stuff involving Jack. Jack got into the strip club fight because he was sticking up for another player on the team. And he get his teeth knocked out by fingers. Then he get whacked by a car and everything else. You got a gun, shooting a gun in there. They drive a car and whack you with a car. How the hell you get hit by a car? And you got the gun. But oh my God, I can't make this up. Then get all his teeth knocked out his mouth. He flip in the air, fall down on his face. Then the whole Piston brawl, he went up in the stands. Why? Helping Ron Artest, who kicked it all off. Jack went there and started fighting right away. He's the send-off man. Every time there is an issue, Steven Jackson isn't the one that started it. The whole thing with Kwame Brown, who sent him off? Matt Barnes. Tapping Jack's leg like, so, go on and say it. Matt wasn't going to say it. Let Jack be the send-off man. Yeah, no, it was only one player in that trade. Send-off man. And he's the one to get sent off every time. Rachel Nichols, she get in trouble for getting caught on tape. This ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. This her mess. But now she need her black buddies who she didn't help put on to come out and vouch for her. Right? Everybody came out there and said very little. Or if they did, they said, hey, what they know her for. And that's that. Captain Jack chose to go out there and blame Maria Taylor. Maria got a sympathy job. I mean, after first going out defending Maria Taylor, he then gets the phone call from Rachel Nichols. Then he comes back a whole new Jack. He got that phone call. Oh man, they just gave they gave Maria a sympathy job. I'm like, the send-off man. The send-off man. That has been his entire life. He has been the send-off man. He's always capping for somebody else. They always use him. Then he wonder why he always the one that's getting played and he getting all the backlash. He getting everything because they know that's what you for. They will keep exploiting you and using you.
With the really out here, you can't come out here if you don't.
Now, I haven't talked about Jack. We had left Jack alone for months. We have said nothing bad about Jack. We was through with Captain Jack. But Captain Jack, once again, rises back to the occasion to show you exactly who he is. Steven Jackson's out there, boy. Captain Jack. Steven Jackson's out there. Steven Jackson's out there. Steven Jackson's out there, boy. Captain Jack. I'm out here. You out there, 45 years old, still on the corner. That's what you worked your whole life for. To go on ESPN, to try to be in Hollywood and do movies and produce and do all of these things so you can go back on the corner just to say, yeah, I'm on the block, I'm in the hood. Yeah, and I got my jewelry on. Look, yeah. Steven Jackson. I'm tough. So what you want some other kid to do that, right? Yeah, I'm checking in. I'm going in the hood. Look, I got my jewelry on. You want another NBA player to do that so they can get robbed and killed? You know they was robbing and killing NBA basketball players, right? You remember that time? For doing the same nonsense you doing? Going around flashing in front of poor people? Man, it's been a lot of foolery within the last 24 hours. Believe me, y'all wait till you see my next video dealing with the other foolery. Then I got news coming in. I'm overloaded with news today.
Stop with the official.
Leela.
Oh, damn, it's almost 2 o'clock. All right, well, I'm going to get out of here. Hopefully you guys have all signed up for the Patreon. We're going to put something new up today. Something you think you've seen, but there's a bonus scene that you never saw. So we're going to put that out today on the Patreon. So hopefully y'all on the Karceno for Life Patreon. I know the majority of you are already. So definitely sign up if you're not, because we're going to kick that off today. It's a lot of news today. So let me get, all the videos are updated. So let me get that ready and we up.